North Korean troops reportedly deployed in Russia. South Korea is calling for them to leave right away. South Korea's spy agency saying it confirmed that North Korea sent 1,500 special operation forces to Russia this month to support Russia's war against Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has previously said that his government does have intelligence that North Korea would send 10,000 troops to join Russian forces. South Korea has expressed concerns that Russia might provide North Korea with sophisticated technologies that can enhance the North's nuclear and missile programs in exchange for the troops. I want to talk more about all of this here, so let's bring in Brian Taylor, professor of political science and director of the Moynihan Institute of Global Affairs at Syracuse University. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Good morning, Josh.
All right, so first off, I do have to ask you about the reports, the information that we do know so far here. What do we know about the situation? Has it really been confirmed that these troops are officially on the ground?
To be honest, we don't know that much. There have been reports, including with some video, that suggests that there are up to 1,500 troops in the eastern part of Russia, very far away from where the war is taking place. But the U.S. government and NATO have not confirmed that, while the Ukrainians and the South Koreans say it's happening or it's about to happen. So it's still a bit in flux at the moment, I would say.
What does North Korea stand to gain here by providing those troops to Russia?
North Korea and Russia signed a joint military assistance agreement last June, and they are pursuing cooperation. North Korea has already been providing Russia with missiles, with artillery, and with other support. So in terms of what North Korea might get in return, I think the big fear is that Russia would be sharing more advanced missile or nuclear technology, perhaps submarine technology or other conventional weapons technology with North Korea. And of course, the training itself and potentially the combat experience might be useful to North Korea, which hasn't fought a war since the Korean War ended in 1953.
Is Russia, North Korea, that relationship there a real threat to other countries, including the U.S. and other allies? Are any of them really concerned overall?
Well, of course, the South Koreans are very concerned, given the very tense relationship between North and South Korea. But I would say some of our NATO allies are quite concerned as well. The British were speaking out about this today. It would be pretty unprecedented, I would say, for North Korea to be involved in fighting a major war in Europe. So the prospect of that has many people alarmed. More generally, I would say the support that Russia's been receiving from not only North Korea, but Iran, and in terms of dual-use technology from China has a lot of people concerned. Some analysts even refer to this as the axis of upheaval: Russia, Iran, North Korea, and China. So yes, I think it's something that definitely bears further watching.
What do we know about Russia's nuclear capabilities overall? It's not like they come forward and say, this is what we have, but what do we know overall about that?
We actually have pretty good information about Russian nuclear capabilities. Part of this is due to some arms control treaties, some that have expired or been canceled, but some that are still, one that's still in existence, at least for now. We know they have roughly 5,500 nuclear weapons, which is about the same number as the United States. Between the United States and Russia, those two countries have 90% of the world's nuclear arsenals. What we don't really know is what Putin might seek to gain, if anything, from using nuclear weapons in the war against Ukraine. And I think that's one reason they haven't been used not only in this war, but in any war since 1945. I also think Russia would have to be very concerned about losing the support of China if it crossed this threshold to nuclear weapons use. So I don't think that's on the table at the moment, but we do have pretty good information about the size and location and capability of the Russian nuclear arsenal.
We also know just yesterday the U.S.